Hello again, everyone. Michael here with Felicity, November 8033 Fox, a Cessna flight training device that I built right here at home. Welcome back to the channel. It is Tuesday, the 20th of May, 2025. I do hope you are all well and safe wherever you may be around the world. I must apologize. Our last stream on Saturday ended in tragedy when my streaming PC decided to just crash out. So I do apologize if I left you hanging there at the end of the show. Hopefully we'll be able to get through this evening, but I do have a bad feeling that my old GTX 980 is starting to go on its last leg. This evening, before we get too started, I do want to give a quick thank you to Deathcathlon, who came in with a new follow to the channel while we were offline the other day. So I appreciate that new channel follow. I do look forward to flying with you in the near future. We are going to take advantage of one of the New York ARTCC events on the VATSIM network. It is their Tuesday nights in New York event, and we are going to continue on with some instrument approach practice. Now, the plan today is to depart out of an uncontrolled field. We'll go ahead and grab IFR while we're on the ground, and we'll come up with a solid route to our destination. We're going to be departing out of the Bayport Aerodrome, just south of the Islip Airport in New York. That identifier is 23 November, and I've decided this evening that I think I want to fly over to Farmingdale, Kilo Foxtrot Romeo Golf. So that's the tentative plan. What we can do is we can go ahead and pull up the ForeFlight map here, and we'll try to plan a route to get over to Farmingdale here. So here we are at Bayport. It's got a little keyhole cut out in the Islip airspace. In fact, let's turn on the VFR sectional so you can kind of get a better overview here. So it's got that keyhole cut out. The Bayport Aerodrome underlies that Charlie, and it's basically ground level up to 699 feet. And then, of course, Islip has that Charlie from 700 feet up to 4,100 feet. Now, Bayport does have some specific departure and arrival procedures in the real world. We are going to go ahead and follow the specific departure procedure. I've been in and out of this airport enough to know what those are. Based on the weather, we'll probably end up departing southbound, which will be pretty easy. It's basically going to be straight out to the bay. But let's go ahead and take a quick look and see if we can get an idea as to what the weather might be at Bayport. It doesn't have its own station, but let's see if we can get something close by. The Long Island MacArthur Airport, which is just a couple miles north, has the winds at 160 at 4 with visibility of 10 miles, broken clouds at 5,000 AGL, and altimeter of 2996. So with those winds at 160, of course, we're going to go ahead and depart south out of Bayport. So essentially, we're going to kind of depart south. We'll get to the bay, and then from there we have up to 1,500 feet, to play in that airspace before we actually get into the Charlie. But of course, I am going to go ahead and grab IFR on the ground, so they'll expect me to be contacting them shortly after I depart out of Bayport. And I'm not sure how they're going to get me to what I would think my first fix is going to be. I imagine it's just going to be radar vectors. But let's go ahead and plan a route to get over to Farmingdale. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my IFR chart here, low IFR. We want to go here, the Farmingdale Republic Airport. And we are here at Bayport. You know, so we're gonna essentially kind of come south. There's this Rober fix here, so let's just tentatively add that in. Let's see, let's go. Let's just do it like this. 2-3 in to Farmingdale. Okay, and then we'll grab this and we'll just kind of rubber band it down to Rober. And grab that there. And then I think that we can probably use the Deer Park VOR. I think I've seen that one actually in a couple of Farmingdale's approach plates. And with the winds, again, we'll probably end up wanting to pick a southerly approach, landing to the south. So let's put the Deer Park VOR in, and then we'll see what type of approaches might be available at Republic. So we'll look at Republic here, we'll look at procedures, look at approaches. We have ILS or localizer, runway 14, RNAV 01, RNAV 19er, RNAV runway 32, RNAV GPS Yankee 14, and the RNAV RNP Zulu runway 14. Looks like the latest reported weather is actually 140 degrees at 4 knots. So I would be willing to bet runway 14 would be our best option. Let's go ahead and choose the RNAV GPS Yankee for runway 14 and take a look at that. And look at that, the Deer Park VOR is actually right there on the approach plate. We have an initial approach fix of O'Dale, and then an intermediate fix of Lazy, final approach fix of Alabe, and then to the airport. So this could work. In fact, let's just do this. Let's fly the full approach all the way from O'Dale. And then Lazy. We probably could have done that a bit easier and just did this and then went into the flight plan, selected a procedure approach, and we could have selected the RNAV Yankee runway 14, and then there it is again. We could have added it in just like that. So we can remove O'Dale and Lazy here because they are part of that approach procedure. So it's essentially the same thing we just came up with, right? We just accessed it two different ways. A visual plan, and then of course what the actual approach has here. So let's do that. I think that'll work out just well for this evening. Looks like it's about 48 nautical miles. It says an ETE of 25 minutes. It's never that. It always tends to be a bit longer by the time we get to the plane and get things started up and get taxi and get our clearance and all that good stuff. But if we have time after we land at Farmingdale, we may continue on to another airport that may be available for Tuesday nights in New York. Let's go ahead and pack for this route. We will pick an altitude of about 2,000 feet for today. That should be should be fine, I would imagine. That looks good. I think that we've got a decent route there. Pre-flight has already been done, so we don't have to worry about that. We will go ahead and just get in and get our bird started up, and then file our flight plan, and then call for clearance out of the Bayport Aerodrome. So let's head over to the plane. I will see you over there momentarily. Thank you so much for coming in today. Alright, hello again everyone, and welcome aboard Felicity. My name is Michael. I will be your pilot today. I did just update to the latest beta of X-Plane. We're on 12.2.0 beta 5. Now, I am well aware that there are some cloud issues, and that's part of the reason I did this update, is I want to go ahead and see if I can grab some of these cloud issues and get them dumped to a weather log so that I can file these bug reports with Laminar. But the cloud issues aren't necessarily going to bother me, per se, so we should be just fine. So as I said, pre-flight and walk-around is already done. Real quick, safety acronym, we'll just go over. It talks about seat belts, air vents, fire extinguisher, exits, traffic, and talking. And if you were to have any questions. Circuit breakers are all in. Alternate static air is in. And that completes our startup or interior checklist. We will move right along to our startup checklist. Let me get my seat scooted up so that I can reach the flight controls there. Okay. That feels good. Alright. Avionics are off. Carpet is off. Mixture is gonna go full rich. Throttle slight. Let's get 3 on the primer. Out. There's 1. And 2. Slowly pull it out. And 3. Okay, primer's in and locked. Brakes are gonna go on. Master's gonna go on. beacon. And alright, let's make sure that we are clear. We are clear to the left, clear front, clear right, and clear behind us. Okay. Again, brakes are on. And mags are gonna go to start right away. I'm looking for oil pressure and RPM. If I don't have either, we'll be shutting down because there's gonna be a problem somewhere. Here we go, clear. Okay. We do have engine RPM and oil pressures in the green. I can tell you right now, I think that the prop, the highlight of that prop spinning is a bit, it's actually a lot more defined than it used to be. I'm not quite sure if I like that on this new beta. Like, I can actually really see it right there. So I might have to investigate that at some point in time, but I'm not going to let it deter me today. Let's go ahead and get our landing light on so that we can be seen here. Oil pressure's good, RPM's good. That completes our startup checklist. We will move right along to our pre-taxi checklist. Seat belts. Let me get my seat belt on. I see you already have your seat belt on. I appreciate that. Alright, seat belts. Flaps. Flaps are good. Okay. Avionics. Bus 1. Bus 2. G5's coming alive. And we already discussed a bit about the weather. There's no ATIS here. So let's go ahead and set our altimeter to field elevation, which is, let me get rid of this plate here. Field elevation at Bayport is 39 feet. So let's just set that to about there. Alright, that looks to be about 39 feet. Altimeter 29907. iSlips altimeter is 29906, so I'd say that's pretty close. Okay.
TOS system test okay.
Alright, while our engine temperature is warming up, let's go ahead and file our IFR flight plan on the VATSIM network here. Okay, so let's go here. Okay. Call sign November 8033 Foxtrot. IFR today, type 172. Equipment, we have golf on board. Departure 23 November. Arrival Farmingdale, FRG. Altitude 2000. Is that altitude going to work with our... I didn't even look at that. Is that altitude going to work with our approach restrictions? Procedure, approach, RNAV 14. Okay, so at above 2,000 at lazy. Alright, so that will work just fine. And then we got Deer Park, Odale, and then airspeed, let's say 100 knots. En route time, let's just say 30 minutes, might be less, might be more. Fuel endurance, we have about 4 hours of cruise fuel on board. In the remarks section, we're gonna put the Twitch channel name. Then we're gonna put thank you. Okay, everything looks good there. Let's file our flight plan. Off block time. I knew I was missing something. So we got 9 Eastern. It's going to be almost 1 Zulu. Let's just say 0105. Okay. And that looks good there. Oil temperature is in the green now. CTAF at Bayport is 122.7. And then we'll get approach. Well, might help if I actually connect it to the VATSIM network. Let me go and do that real quick, and then I'll start populating our frequencies. Okay, we are now connected to VATSIM. So we should have some frequencies now that'll show up in our list here. I know we're going to need to talk to New York Approach to get out of here. Looks like it's going to be 125.7. Get that on standby. Oh, gonna need that too. Let me go get my Apple Pencil. It's so much easier to notate my clearances and everything with my Apple Pencil than it is trying to write with my finger on my craft checklist. Now, what did I do with that thing? Luckily, it was right where I left it, inside of its particular holder inside of the iPad case. Okay, so now I think we have everything that we need to go. Fuel, pencil. Let's go ahead and do our run up right here. Oil temperature is up. Brakes are on. Fuel is on both. trim is set for takeoff. Flight controls, we are down on the right, up on the left, down on the left, up on the right. Elevator, rudder are free and correct. Okay, instruments look good. Mixer's in for best power. Primer's in and locked. 1600, here we go. Brakes maximum. Left mag, there's a bit of an RPM drop. Let's get back to both. Right mag, there's a drop. Back to both. Carb heat, there's a drop. Okay, carb heat off. Suction's in the green. Oil pressure and oil temperature look good. We have got good fuel flow. We are charging. Alright, let's go ahead and idle back. Check our throttle friction. Feels good there too. Okay, so we're departing south. Alright, so let's go ahead and taxi to runway 18. CTAF, alright. Bayport traffic, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot. We're at the west ramp and I'm going to taxi runway 18, Bayport. Parking brake is going to go off. Alright, we're moving now. We must have been stuck in that soft ground there for a minute. Oh, let's do something else real quick. Set our heading indicator to compass. There we go. Put some back pressure in, keep some weight off of that nose as we taxi down here. I gotta thank my buddy Ralph with Downwind Sim, downwindsim.com for this excellent rendition of the Bayport Aerodrome. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and get our clearance out of here. Sounds quiet. JFK approach, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot. We are on the ground here at the Bayport Aerodrome with the numbers, looking to pick up IFR to Farmingdale.
Government 033 Foxtrot, New York approach, good evening. You're cleared to the Farmingdale Airport. It's going to be via radar vectors. You can expect the altitude of 3,000 on departure. Squawk 4520, hold for release.
Clear to the Farmingdale Airport via radar vectors. Fly 3000 after departure. I'm assuming frequencies with you. We're going to squawk 4520. Skyhawk 8033 Fox. We'll be holding for the release.
February 033 Foxtrot, route back correct. You know what, you're released for departure. Time now is 0105. You're void if not off by 0130, so you got a 25-minute window there. You can do the normal departure procedure out of Bayport. Give me a call over the South Shore line.
Clear for the release. Call you over South Shoreline. Talk to you soon. Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot. Alright, so we're going to fly 3000 on departure. Frequencies with them. 4520. Okay. Let's get back over here. No normal departure out of Bayport. Okay, sounds good. Bayport traffic, Skyhawk 8033 Fox. So I'm going to be taking runway 18 straight out to the Bay. Bayport. 18 final looks clear. Just grab 10 degrees of flaps for this climb out. Alright, and here we go. Full power. Rudder for center. Let's keep that nose planted till we're ready to pop up. Alright, we're in the green. Airspeed's coming up. Airspeed's alive. And here we go. We are clear obstacle. Let's go ahead and push that nose forward. Dropping down. Alright, let's pull these flaps up. We're better than 80. Yep, I do see some cloud artifacting going on out my side views and my back view, but not necessarily out my front view. I can only attribute that to resolution variances, 4K versus 1080. So this is good to know. So I'll go ahead and let them know that. Okay. JFK approach, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot. We are at 900 feet, climbing 3000.
Forward 8033 Foxtrot, near approach, radar contact. Did you have approach request at Republic?
We would like to fly the RNAP 14 Yankee from Odell, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot.
Request. Push and start is going to be at your discretion on the ground, Kennedy. You got me one ready to taxi. Delta 1702, New York approach. Good evening. Center maintain 16,000. Expect vectors ILS 4 right approach. Delta 1702. Was that Delta 76 calling? Delta 76, New York approach, good evening, expect ILS 4 right this evening.
So I have to say that Beta 4 clouds, for my experience, were much better than what I'm seeing here.
245.
This is awful.
Maintain 2000.
I hate saying that, but this is awful. I know it might be kind
Delta
of hard.
1702, New York approach, are you
Let's
on
see if I
frequency?
can show you a bit better here. All this flickering going on, that wasn't there in Beta 4. And I skipped over Beta 5. Because I knew, or I skipped over
Negative, I'm looking
Beta
for Delta
5 initial release. I
1702,
just
Delta
updated to Beta 5.
who does not appear to be on frequency.
Just to see for myself, but, yeah, it's pretty bad.
1545 cross Zeta, letter above 2000, cleared ILS runway 4 right approach.
ILS 4 right approach, cross Zeta, 2000, clear the ILS.
November 8033 Foxtrot, turn right heading 340, and you can expect direct to Odale shortly.
Right heading 340, and we'll expect direct to Odale shortly. Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot.
Delta 1702, New York.
Standard rate turn, 340. We're climbing and turning.
The last aircraft trying to call was broken and unreadable.
No, I said Delta 703, that's my buddy, we're flying on Discord with each other, but Delta first in the airline. We're all going to JFK, he probably stepped away, he's actually the president of the airline, so I don't know what happened.
Alright, if you can get a hold of him, tell him he needs to be on my frequency 125.7, please. Neptune 45 with 1705, runway 4 right, clear to land.
Alright, clear land, Neptune 45. For reference, we're going to 62 line.
Sure, Roger.
Alright, so we're climbing up to 3,000 feet on heading 340.
And for the record, it's Modern Aviation now, not Signature.
They all look the same.
Yeah.
Hey, approach, this is Delta 1702. Sorry for the confusion, I was never crossed over.
Hey, Delta 1702, been looking for you. I need you to fly a heading of 140 for me, please, and descend and maintain 13,000.
Heading 140, 13,000, Delta 1702.
Delta 7171, descend and maintain 16,000. County altimeter 299 or 8.
16,000, 298, Delta 7121.
November 8033 Foxtrot, proceed direct to Odale.
Direct Odale, November 8033 Foxtrot, thank you.
You're welcome. Delta 1702, you can expect vectors ILS 4 right approach.
Expect 4 right approach, Delta 1702.
326. And we're climbing up to 3,000.
Delta 7171, fly heading 140, descend and maintain 13,000.
Okay, 140 down to 13,000. That's good.
Delta 1702, turn right heading 180, expedite descent down to 8,000.
Turn right 180, expedite down to 8,000, Delta 1702.
Delta 76, descend and maintain 16,000, county altimeter 299 or 8.
16,000, Delta 76.
hope everyone's weekend went well.
45 Fox Bravo.
I want to thank you for coming in and
245,
hanging out
make it Foxtrot
today.
Alpha, Foxtrot, hold short of 4 left.
Fox Alpha, Foxtrot, hold short 4 left, 54 left.
And Delta 1702, right turn heading 180.
Right turn heading 180, Delta 1702.
Delta 7171, turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 8000.
Right turn 180, 8000, Delta 17.
Delta 76, fly heading 140, descend and maintain 13,000.
140 down to 14,000, Delta 17.
Yeah,
And that's
so
13,000.
nighttime clouds are even way more pixelated. Let's go ahead and make this a nighttime flight.
1745, you can cross 4 left on Foxtrot, left Alpha, then November, then Quebec.
Cross 4 left, Alpha, November, Quebec.
Delta 1702, turn
Back,
right heading
let's go ahead and bring in actual local
Turn right
time,
heading 220, Delta 1702.
which is going to be 9.
Chip 383 near departure, good evening, runway 4
Yeah,
left taxi
right
via
about
Alpha,
there.
Kilo, cross 31 left.
Alright, 4 left, yeah, Alpha, Kilo, cross 31 left, Chip 383.
Alright, so we're actually flying real world time now. Although I will say the stars are kind of pretty. But man, those clouds on this beta 5
Delta 126 Heavy, New York departure, good evening, runway 31 left, Kilo Echo, taxi via Bravo, Kilo Echo.
I held off because of the amount of complaints I've been seeing about the latest clouds in Beta 5.
Delta 1702, turn right
But-
heading 270, descend and maintain 2000.
I decided to install it today just so that I can see for myself and hopefully grab some information.
Maintain 2000.
And that's another reason I wanted to grab, some weather information and dump it to the log so I can send it out into Laminar.
Delta 76, turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 8000. Delta 76, turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 8000.
Right, heading 180 down to 8,000.
That's correct. Air Canada 771, squawk 7154.
I don't normally do nighttime streaming and flying while streaming because I think it's kind of hard to see for the viewer end, but it really is quite pretty. Alright, so let me go ahead and go up here. Let me dump this while I'm thinking about it. We'll go to the developer menu, dump to log, and then I'm going to grab the weather
Delta
state.
1702, maintain speed 250 knots until advised.
Maintain 250 knots until advised, Delta 1702.
I also feel like the instruments are just a bit too bright
Delta 126, wind 1705, runway 31 left, kilo echo, clear for takeoff.
for nighttime flying. So I might invest in some sort of tint film to go over the gauge display monitor to darken the, because I've already adjusted it graphically, you know, with brightness and contrast. You know, it's about the best I can get it with the software side.
Delta 1702, turn right, heading 320.
But I still think for nighttime it's still a
Turn right heading 320, Delta 1702.
a bit bright.
Delta 7171, turn right, heading 290, descend and maintain 2000.
290, 2000, Delta 7171.
November 8033 Foxtrot, descend and maintain 2000.
Descend and maintain 2000, November 8033 Foxtrot. Alright, here we go. Power's gonna come back. Carpeet's gonna come on.
Delta 7171, turn right, heading 310.
310 on the heading, Delta 702.
Delta 76, turn right, heading 220, descend and maintain 3000.
220 down at 3000,
Delta 1702, turn right, heading 340.
Turn right heading 340, Delta 1702. And did you say down at 3000 with Delta 76?
Delta 768, affirmative, descend and maintain 3000.
3000, Delta 76.
Delta 1702, speed 210.
Speed 210, Delta 1702.
Canadian approach, Canada 771, we're ready for taxi. Canada 771, heavy, runway 4 left, taxi via Alpha, Kilo, cross 31 left. 4 left via Alpha, Kilo, cross 31 left, Canada 771. Primary 033 Foxtrot, about 6 miles from Odell, cross Oakdale at or above 2000. You're cleared for the RNAV at Yankee runway 14 approach.
Cross Odell at or above 2000, clear for the RNAV Yankee 14 approach. Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot.
Delta 1702, 8 miles from Ebby, turn right heading 010, maintain 2000 until established on localizer, cleared ILS, runway 4 right approach.
Turn right, cleared for the ILS approach for 4 right, maintain 2000 until established, unestablished, Delta 1702.
Delta 7171, turn right heading 330.
330, Delta 702.
Delta 76, turn or right heading 310.
Alright, let's put some power in, stop that descent. Remember we have
Delta
two...
126, contact,
Yeah, 165, request IFR clearance to Philadelphia International.
Wow. Remember for instrument, we have plus 200 or minus 0 feet.
Delta 126, heavy, thank you, I maintain 1 more
So
1000.
we don't want to drop down below that 2000, but as long as we're above, but below 2200,
Turn right, make it heading
we're still kind of technically legal.
Right, 330,
So we put
And
some
that was,
power in so we
Kaiser Air
don't bust
165
below that
calling.
2000 feet.
Yeah, that's me.
Kaiser Air 165, your clearance is on request. I got a new route that I'm going to send you, so stand by.
So we'll cross
Yeah, 165.
Odale at maybe 2100 or so.
Delta 1702, wind 1705, runway 4 right, clear to land.
4 right, cleared to land, Delta 1702.
Delta 7171, speed 210.
Slow 210, Delta 771.
Delta 1702, speed your discretion. I forgot to give that to you.
Oh, no worries, speed at my discretion, Delta 1702.
Delta 126, heavy, New York Center 125.32. Enjoy the ride.
2532, thanks for being on Delta 126 heavy. Cover 4033 on the Olympia.
Julo 420, good evening. Good
Delta
morning.
7171, you're
Hello.
12 miles from Heavy, turn right heading 010, maintain 2000.
How are you? Welcome aboard.
On the localizer, cleared ILS from 4
Jonathan Tower, Kia 165, awaiting orders.
Alright, 010, 2000, post house, cleared ILS 48.
Kaiser 165, stand by. I am working on a new route for you. You can expect a PDC shortly.
Cover 4033 on the Olympia 8.
Denver 4033, New York approach, good evening. Confirm crossing Lendy at flight level 190 and 250 knots.
190 and 250 at Lundy, yes.
Alright, we
4033,
are
thank you. Expect ILS 4 right.
1.3 from Odale.
4 right, 4033. Air New York approach, good evening. JetBlue 137, looking for taxi, runway for left.
Delta 76, descend and maintain 2000, reduce speed to 210.
Gonna make a left turn to 235.
JetBlue 137, near departure, good evening, runway 4 left taxi via Alpha Kilo, cross 31 miles.
Now,
Alpha Kilo,
standard rate turn.
For runway 4 left, then I need to read back with the runway assignment and call sign.
Cross runway 31 left at Alpha Kilo to runway 4 left for JetBlue 137.
Thank you very much. Delta 7171, speed 180 knots until a 5-mile final.
180 till 5 miles.
Delta 76, you are 15 miles from Ebby, turn right heading 010, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS, runway 4 right approach.
Alright, let's roll out. 235, right here. Altitude is what?
Delta 76, turn right heading
2180.
010, maintain 2000 until established on localizer. Cleared ILS, runway 4 right approach.
Then we need to be at or above 2,000 over lazy as well.
Maintain 2,000.
And you're cleared ILS 4 right approach.
Clear ILS 4 right.
Delta 7171, you're number 2, following company A320 on short final, wind 1705, runway 4 right, clear to land.
Right, clear land number 2, 4 right.
Denver 4033, descend and maintain 16,000, Kennedy altimeter 299
16,000, copy altimeter 4033.
November 8033 Foxtrot, how will this approach terminate?
We would like to intend on full stop. November 8033 Foxtrot.
November 8033 Foxtrot, Republic wind 1404, runway 140, you're clear to land.
Runway 14, clear to land. Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot.
Your approach, good evening, Air Canada 924, flight level 190, 250 knots in Lindy. Canada 924, New York approach, good evening, expect 4 right. Expect 4 right, Air Canada 924. Delta 76, speed 180 knots until a 5-mile final.
180 until 5.
Triple 383, fly heading 100, wind 1705, runway 4 left, clear for takeoff.
Heading 100, 4 left, clear for takeoff, triple 383.
Class Bravo in 5.2 miles.
Alright, we're 2.5 miles from Lazy.
Delta 76, number 2, following company
Vertical
on 5-mile
track.
final, wind 1705, runway 4 right, clear to land.
Jet Pilot Cinnamon coming in with the resubscription to the channel for 21 months in a row.
Clear to land.
Almost 2 years. That's amazing.
Delta
Thank you.
1702, Walker Kennedy, Foxtrot, hold short of 4 left.
Thank you so much for your continued support of the channel.
Foxtrot, hold short of 4 left, Delta 1702.
Greatly appreciated.
Denver 4033, fly heading a 140, descend and maintain 13, 13,000.
140, 13,000.
Alright, so we're 1 mile from Lazy, and then we'll make the left turn to the inbound, and then we're 2,000
Canada 771 heavy, runway 4 left, line of way.
at or above 1,400, the final approach fix of A-Labe. So we have 600 feet to lose and 6.1 DME. Left to 145 now. Standard rate turn.
Canada 771, fly heading 100, runway 4 left, clear for takeoff.
Go take those 4 left and fly heading 100 on 1.5 DME here, Canada 771.
Air Canada 924, descend and maintain 16,000, Kennedy
Alright,
altimeter
there it is,
2900.
145.
Last started in 4.5 miles.
383 near departure radar contact, say altitude leaving.
We're passing 1,800, JetBlue 383.
Alright, so we can start a descent down to 1,400 feet for final. Alright, power's gonna come back, carburetor's gonna come on. Mixtures, get that mixture in a bit.
Endeavor 4033, turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 8,000.
180, 8,000, 4033.
Descending down to 691 at 20,000 to cross Lendy at 19,000.
Sub 6091, New York approach, good evening, expect vectors ILS 4 right approach.
Expect vectors for right approach, Delta 1691.
JetBlue 383, turn right direct to Wavy, climb and maintain 7,000.
Right direct to Wavy, climb maintain 7,000, JetBlue 383.
Delta 7171, left turn at the fork please on Foxtrot Alpha, Foxtrot hold short of left.
Alright, left turn and then...
Alright, we're right of our track that we need to be on.
Join us, Gary.
So I'm gonna put a bit of left aileron in. Let's get reestablished there on that
Kaiser 165, you should have
horizontal.
your clearance. Push and start is at your discretion. You can call me when we're ready to taxi.
There, starting to come back in. Let's go ahead and correct that now.
165.
Alright, what do we need? 1600 at or above for A-Lab. So we don't want to drop below 1600. In fact, there's 1700 now. Let's take the carpet off, put a bit power in, arrest that descent so that we don't drop
Canada
below.
924, flighting 140, descend and maintain 13,000. 140 down to 13,000, near Canada 924. Canada 771, departure radar contact, say altitude leaving.
Leaving 2700, here, Canada 771.
And so yeah, that
Canada 771, heavy turn left heading 060, climb and maintain 17,000.
that's a weird difference for me between when I was training for private pilot
left turn alpha to the ramp.
and now training for instrument. In private pilot, we had plus or minus 100 feet either way. For instrument, we have plus 200 and minus 0. So it's a bit different.
JetBlue 137, runway 4 left, line up away traffic, crossing downfield.
Alright, our vertical starting to come in now. And we are 1.2 from A-Lab. Alibi. Alright, so we are established. What are our minimums? We are on the LPV, 337 feet, 3/4 statute mile visibility.
Skipper 383, contact New York Center 125.32, enjoy the ride.
Alright, power's gonna come back, carpet's gonna come on. And let's just fly these needles all the way down.
Fort Foxtrot Alpha, Foxtrot, hold short of 4 left.
There's our outer marker. Just crossed A-Lab.
Delta 76, Foxtrot Alpha, Foxtrot, hold short of 4 left.
Let's slow us up just a bit. Coming in a bit too fast for final for me.
Delta 76.
Alright. No, a bit too fast for flaps.
Final runway 14.
JetBlue 137, flighting 100, runway 4 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, JetBlue 137.
Alright,
Canada 924, turn right
quick
heading
landing
10, descend and maintain
checklist.
8,000.
Okay.
Done 8,000, Air Canada 924. Delta
Flaps,
1691, descend and
and
maintain
then
16,000,
dumps.
Kennedy
Okay,
altimeter
flaps
2998.
good. Gears fixed and welded.
16,000 Delta 691.
Gas is on both.
Endeavor 4033,
Make
turn
sure
right heading
it's gonna
290,
go
descend and maintain
rich.
2,000.
Power and prop.
290, 2,000.
Canada 771, heavy turn left heading
Got a
010.
bit low there.
010, Canada 447, the correction 771. Delta 76, New York.
Let's just put some
Departure,
power in,
approach,
stop
excuse
that
me.
descent, get reestablished.
Sorry, I had my issue.
Alright,
Delta 76,
there we
Fox
are.
Trot, hold short of 4 left.
500.
Alright, put some power back out.
Triple 383, did you call us again? Triple 383, contact New York Center 125.32, enjoy the ride.
New York Center, Kai 165 is ready to taxi.
Triple
Alright,
383,
pull some
contact
power out.
125.32.
Alright, we are in the white arc. Let's grab 10 degrees of flaps. Prepare for that bubble up. There it is.
Good evening, New York approaches. Speedbird 232 with you at 9,000.
New York Center, Kaiser 1.
Kaiser 165, you gotta stop stepping on another aircraft. You gotta wait your turn. Brake, Speedbird 232, Concord, New York approach, good evening. Fly heading 360, maintain 9,000.
500.
ILS 4 right approach.
360 for ILS 4 right approach, Speedbird 232.
Alright, we've
Canada
got
771,
ground
heavy center
contact.
125.32, enjoy the ride.
Runway is made.
Thanks for the DC. Have a good
We're
day.
on the glide slope.
Delta 1691, fly heading 140.
Let's just continue this descent all the way down through.
13,000, 140 on the heading, Delta 691.
Triple 133,
Approach
or
speed is 60
137,
knots.
Departure, radar contact, altitude leaving.
Leaving 3500 right now.
Triple 137, proceed direct to ship, climb and maintain 12,000.
Dark ship, climate team 12,000.
Endeavor 4033, turn right heading 320.
320, 4033.
Alright, Kaiser 165, you need to turn your transponder on mode C, please.
190, Echo on board.
Kaiser 165, turn your transponder on mode C, please. Delta 7171, cross 4 left, left turn alpha to the ramp.
Cross 4 left, left on Alpha.
Delta 1702 is supposed to be a left turn on Alpha, sir. Delta Park's at Terminal 4. If you can make a 180, head the other direction on Alpha, please.
Alrighty. Yeah, Delta 1702. I was parking at B7, but I can go over that way.
If you want to park at Terminal 7, that's fine. You just need to let me know that next time.
Alright, let's transition, cut the power.
You need to be on taxiway Bravo. Alpha's clockwise, Bravo's counterclockwise at Kennedy. Canada 924, turn right heading 270, center maintain 2000. 270,
And here we are.
Canada 924.
Okay, approach. You want me to cross runway 4 left?
Endeavor 4033, you're 10 miles from Ebby, turn right heading 010, maintain 2000, still established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 4 right approach, speed your discretion.
010,
Can we get off here and go?
4 right approach, speed my discretion, 4033.
Delta 1691, turn right heading 180, descend maintain 8000.
180, 8,000, Delta 691.
Delta 76, cross 4 left, make the left turn on out for the ramp.
Oh, that's not the right way.
Walker 4250, near approach.
Walker 4250, information echo on board.
Walker 4250, near approach, good evening. Vectors ILS 4 right, fly heading 140,
Where are we at here?
descend and maintain
Alright, we're on go.
13,000.
Vectors 04 right, descend flight level 140. Sorry, can you repeat the last bit, Walker 4250?
Fly heading 140, descend and maintain 13,000.
Heading 140, descend 13,000, Walker 4250.
Triple 137, New York Center 125.32, enjoy the ride.
2532, see you.
Air Canada 924, turn right heading 310. Right 310, Air Canada 924. Speedbird Concord 232, descend and maintain 2,000.
Down to 2,000, Speedbird 232.
Atari 703 Heavy, runway 4 left taxi via right turn on Alpha. Kilo, cross through and left.
And Newark approach Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, off of runway 14 at Farmingdale, holding short golf an hour, taxi to main terminal.
November 8033 Foxtrot, right turn there, Golf 7, cross at runway 1, Bravo 5 to the main terminal.
Right Golf 7, cross runway 1, Bravo 5 to main terminal, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot.
Charlie 703 Heavy, runway 4 left, make the right turn on Alpha, Kilo, cross through and left, 4 left. Right turn Alpha, Kilo, cross through and left.
Approaching runway 01, 19.
Thank you. Denver 4033, wind 1705, runway 4 right, clear to land.
19.
Clear to land for right, 4033.
Canada 924, speed 210. Speed 210, Canada 924.
Alright, clear.
Walker
Flaps
4250,
going up.
turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 8000.
Right heading 180, descend 8000, Walker 4250.
Alright, let's head over here and park. We'll shut down. Turn the lights back on. Welcome to Republic Airport. Oh, that's right. This is a custom
Canada
simulator.
924, 10 miles from Ebby, turn right heading 010, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 4 right approach.
Alright,
Right
let's
010,
turn the lights
maintain
back
2000
on
until
here.
established to the ILS 04 right approach here, Canada 924. Deeper Concord 232, speed 210.
Speed 210, speed 52310.
Canada 924, 180 knots, please, until a 5 mile final. 180 until 5 DME, Air Canada 924.
Okay, landing, did that part. Okay, after landing, flaps up, carpet off, strobes off. Okay, nav light, taxi light, landing light, squawk VFR. Okay, trims, get that set for takeoff.
Tower 703 Heavy, it looks like you, it was supposed to be a right turn on Alpha. Tell you what, if you want to head that direction, because it'll probably be quicker at that point, just join taxiway Bravo going that direction. Bravo Kilo, cross through one left.
JPC.
1691, turn right heading 270, descend and maintain 2000.
270, 2000, Delta 691.
Canada 924, wind 1705, runway 4 right, clear to land.
So Jet Pilot Cinnamon is our controller that we've been talking to on New York
Good evening,
this evening.
New York approach, Delta 2466 Heavy with you, passing through.
So I have a tendency to complicate his workload
Delta
sometimes.
2466 Heavy, New York approach, good evening, Kennedy altimeter 29908, expect vectors ILS 4 right approach.
We'll expect a full ride, Delta
Okay,
2466
transponder,
Heavy.
taxi, make sure, okay. ELT, it's good. Okay, avionics gonna go off. Mixture lean. Mags off. Master off. Parking rate brake on. Okay. Yeah, gotta give a big thank you to my approach controller for New York today. He not only did he give me IFR, he accommodated out of an uncontrolled field and was able to provide radar vectors and accommodate the approach that I wanted into Republic, amongst handling all of the heavier aircraft that were higher and faster and going into larger airports than I was today. So, round of applause to Jet Pilot Cinnamon. Okay, let's head back to the hangar. The aircraft is secured and shut down, and we will debrief for a couple minutes and say good night. So I will see you back there momentarily. I've got all the information I need to send off to Laminar about these clouds. But yeah, there's definitely a total difference between Beta 4 and Beta 5. You can even it's really kind of awful. Let's take a look at the back window here. You can really kind of see it going on here. Yeah, that wasn't present before. So, okay, I'll see you back at the hangar. Just a couple of seconds. Actually, it's not a very far walk. Alright, everyone, I would like to say thank you very much for coming in and hanging out with me for a bit this evening. Unfortunately, I did get a later start this evening than I would have liked to, so I didn't get as much flying time in as I was hoping, but it was enough time to at least get one instrument approach in at Farmingdale. So real quickly, we'll take a quick look at the route, and honestly, it went like clockwork with what I had planned out. We departed out of Bayport, flew south. I was anticipating Rober, but we got a turn close enough to that, and then it wasn't long. We were assigned like a 335 heading, and that wasn't long after that we got directed to Odale, which is what I had planned. We were close to the Deer Park VOR, which was also in my route. You know, we were not very far off from that. And then from Odale, of course, we flew the approach. Essentially like clockwork. The difference is today I was visual on an IFR route. I didn't go under the foggles at all today, which is why these lines are a lot straighter than they normally are when I'm solely in reference to instruments. But it was still a fun flight. Our ATC did incredibly well. New York ARTCC on the VATSIM network. So yeah, the approach worked out good. Just these clouds with this latest beta 5. I hate saying it, but I can see why there have been complaints about some of these cloud issues and pixelations that were not there previously. Now, luckily for me, you know, I have copies and copies of X-Plane, so I don't necessarily just update, you know, so, you know, what we flew is a different environment than my Beta 4 environment, which I still have, which I can always load back up and go back to how it was before I experienced all of these weird cloud issues. But I did get the data that I needed to get and wanted to get so that I can send it off to Laminar to help them try and resolve some of these issues. And yeah, my setup is not what I would call the norm for a lot of people. You know, I render on several different displays, a lot of which use a different resolution, and sometimes just the resolution variance alone can cause problems like that. So am I dealing with a resolution variance problem, or is this an actual cloud problem? I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna send into the Laminar and let them figure it out. I mean, some of you may or may not know, but when X-Plane 12 first came out, there was a water rendering issue that also affected displays of varying resolutions. So it may be similar to that. I don't know. And that's above my pay grade, but hopefully with the information I can send them, it will help them to try and determine and resolve a lot of these cloud rendering issues that are appearing lately. So that is it for me. Julo 420, good morning. You must be on the opposite side of the world. But thank you for coming in and saying hello. It's been my pleasure to fly with you for a little bit. And that goes with everyone else that's come in and hung out for a bit. So, let's see who we can go and rate and continue our evening enjoyment with this evening. I don't know who is doing what currently. Let me take a look here. Okay, Let us go and raid Slant Alpha Adventures. He is one of the media sponsors for Flight Sim Expo 2025 in Providence, Rhode Island this year. I am pleased to say that I am one of the gold sponsors for the show this year in Providence, Rhode Island. So if you are there at Flight Sim Expo June 27th through June 29th, please find me and say hello. I do look forward to meeting you and saying hi. So let us go and raid Slant Alpha Adventures. And until our next unscheduled flight, I do hope you all take care and stay safe. Take care of each other. I feel like that's very important. And we will see you all next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, everyone. And thank you so much for coming in today.